Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Adebanjo Faith, and in today's video I'll be taking us through activities that children or babies between the months of 7 to 9 months old babies can do, activities that they can do within this age. So the first activity is sensory fabrics. Sensory fabrics consist of maybe 3 to 4 fabrics that has different textures. Now I honestly do not have any sensory fabric, as what I did was just to bring it, some of my scarves that I had that had different textures, and just I hung them in front of my baby on her playpen to just draw, feel, and all of that. So if you have fabrics that your children can play with, maybe from the tailor, that just have different feel or different colors. It could just be silk and they have different colors, and silk has this way it feels. So it's something that fascinates children, and also could their senses will be developed as they just play and touch such kind of feel. Another material is the sensory board, okay, and there's a DIY method. So what I did, and I learned this online, was to gather all of my children's diaper wipes pack. I removed it. It has this flip-flop kind of cover, so I just removed it. It's quite easy to remove, and stick it on a board. So if this is your board, for instance, you just stick it, use glue to stick it. So if you have a lot of it, you can just stick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 4 depending, and then cut a material or any object, anything at all that have different feel. There are some materials that have this pop and bubble. If you buy a new stuff now, it has this thing that you can just press and it will keep making such interesting sound. So if you have something like that, you can just cut a little and glue it inside this place. If you have something that is netty, you can put it in the next one. Different feel that will just give this child a different experience altogether when the child opens. So it helps the child to practice opening and closing, and if the child cannot open yet, of course you could just help the child lift it, and then the child feels it, the different texture. It is something that I know engaged my daughter a lot when she was that age. Another material is the big stacker. So the big ring stacker, I don't know if you've seen something like this. It is in a set. If I find a picture, I can put the picture here, and you'll just see that it has different sizes from small to large. So I bought this because I needed a ring stacker, a set of rings that was big enough, not the tiny one that you see in maybe my next video, but this one has a big ring, a big hole. And how does this child play with it? So if you have a stick or a kind of just something that stands up straight, and the child can just push it through. So a baby within that age is just learning to sit, right? And it's going to take a great effort for that child to be able to do this. So this is a great activity for the child. So you can just have like 2 or 3, at most 3, out for the child to practice. So you show him or her how to do it, guide him or her to do it, and then with time, bringing it out again and again, the child can do it. So make sure the stick is not something that can injure the child. So this is the big ring stacker that you can work with. The next is the sensory shakers. Now you can hear me keep saying sensory. Children within this age, babies generally, toddlers, their greatest need is for their senses to be developed. They explore their environment with their senses. So giving them things to explore with is actually the aim. And one of the materials is sensory shakers. So this is a spice container. It is one of my spice containers that finished, and I just gathered it. So I put in rice, and it's making this sound. Nothing special, nothing else. I just make sure you seal it really tight that the child cannot open. Of course, the child at this age might not be able to work on opening something like this, so it's fine. And if you want to glue it shut, perfect. So the child will keep shaking it, and then the sound is going to delight him or her. So for the sensory shakers, you can have more than one. You can have 2, 3, 4 that has different sounds, different materials inside it entirely that will make distinct different sounds. Another material is the bell cylinder. Now, if you check my last 7 to 9 months video, I must have shown you this material, and this is a bell cylinder. It serves as a lot. This one is not the only bell cylinder. There are many things that look like this in the market. There are some that could be wooden. I just happen to have this as one of my toy set for her, for my first daughter when she was really little. So this just came in handy. I mean, I needed a bell cylinder and this. So since the child is also learning to crawl, when you drop this material on the floor, it rolls away. So the child will crawl after it. The sound is also a delight, and 2 in 1. So bell cylinder is also always a win-win for a child within this age. Another material that you can engage your child in is balls. You can't go wrong with balls of any size, small balls, big balls. The child would always roll after it, and it would encourage that child to crawl. My child is not crawling. Get balls, get bell cylinders. It will force that child to want to move after the balls. The next activity and material is books. But for this age, not just any book. Touch and feel book. There are books we call touch and feel. Any child bookseller would know when you say a touch and feel book, and you can describe it. And that's a book that has different textures from the front page to the back page, middle page. It just has something interesting for the child to feel. Remember, the senses. So the child is feeling it, does not understand the ABC inside it, but at least it has large pictures, and a part of the picture has something to touch and feel. Some could even make some sounds, So any book that has such interesting feature in it is a touch and feel book, and you cannot go wrong with that kind of book for this child of this age. The single shaped puzzle is also one material that this child can work with, and the specific shape I would recommend is a circle. I have the 3 basic shapes, but I'll recommend you get the one that has just the circle. So either just one like this, it is just one, or it has 3 circles of different sizes. They are out there. If I find a picture, I can put it up here. You can find something like this, and you, of course, you know me now, you can DIY. Just get a carton, thick carton, maybe 2 cartons. The first carton will be the main, this main frame. The second carton will be what will form this, and you cut it out of maybe the second carton, this circle out of the second carton, glue the space in between the first carton. See guys, if you want me to show you a video on how to DIY something like that, please just note it in the comment section, and I'll work on something like that. And then you have your shaped puzzle in DIY. The only thing is that cartons do not really last long, especially this age. They put things in their mouth a lot, so I'll just encourage you to work on getting wooden. It will last. I use this for my first daughter and my second daughter, so here we are. So circle is one shape that is easy to fix. The child does not need to still start to think of it doesn't work, it doesn't fit. This one, once it's the right size, it will enter. So circle is one very good shape you should please invest in for this age. Themed treasure basket. So a themed treasure basket is just a basket where you can have different things in the basket. I just got this basket from the local market, like cheap basket. Is not anything expensive, depending on where you are anyways. But in any basket, even if it's a bowl you have, I started with my peg basket, plastic. So you can just arrange. Now I call it themed treasure basket because we are going to be putting materials of a certain class in it. So if for instance you're doing animals and it is farm animals, so you just put like 5 or 4 farm animals: sheep, goats, cow, and duck. That's all, and leave it there. So the child goes there and starts to play with it. So as the child picks one, you just name it. That's a duck. Duck sounds quack 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 quack, and she will laugh or just smile. And you're already introducing language to the child. It could be a set of spoons or anything, just something in one category that you can help develop the language of this child. In that, what am I saying? You get me? This is the age where we start baby-led weaning, from 6 months anyways. And baby-led weaning, if you don't know, please check out. I have one video that just explains briefly what baby-led weaning is. Yes, so this is where we start to teach children, the babies, how to feed by themselves, like by themselves. Since they tend to put things in their mouths, they just feed themselves. So it is here we can now explore. Just give the child, provided it is chunky. I think you should just visit my video on baby-led weaning so that we won't go into all of that details of do's and don'ts of baby-led weaning. And yes, you can also teach a child how to use a cup, a small cup for drinking, to hold the cup. You will, of course, guide the child with, the child holds it with 2 hands and you guide the child to drink. But this is where the child starts to practice how to drink water and eat. Yes, so this is the list I have. If you have any other suggestion on what your child or our children can play with, work with, the same thing at this age, please do well to let us know. Write in the comment section below. If you stay till the end of this video, thank you so much. I hope this suggestion helps you. Guess what? You don't have to have everything. If you have just 5 of these materials, it's enough to keep your child busy. And don't forget, presentation matters. Just arrange each of these, like let one be in one space, not that it will all be mumbled up in a place, in a cupboard, just on a table, on a platform where the child knows this is my play area and I can just come and work with this. Also remember, at this age you can start to show the child how to clean up, like pack away his or her toys. So if you feel it's time to clean up, you're not saying, oh yeah, start packing. Of course the child will be looking at you, but you can carry the baby and let him or her watch you return. It would be internalizing in their mind. It just keep being processed in the mind of that child. So as the child grows up to be an older toddler, the child will join you say, okay, let's do it together and all of that. But at this age, please let that child see you returning things to their place. You are developing their sense of order. Thank you so much for staying to the end of this video, and see you in my next video. Bye.